Well, welcome along to Circuit Zolder in Belgium for the final rounds of the 2019 NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. Zolder has held the finals for 5 consecutive years, and what a weekend we've got in store. We will be crowning our champions of the season. Remember, there are 2 divisions, 2 races for each division per weekend. Elite 1 is for the pro drivers. Loris Hazemans leads the championship, and for the young and the amateur drivers, they go in Elite 2. Giorgio Maggi leads the way. It's the 4-kilometre, 2.5-mile configuration that we are on, and there are 16 turns for the drivers to master. Coming into this weekend, the number 50 Hendricks Ford of Loris Hazemans has a 21-point advantage over the 24 from PK Carsport of Nicola Rocca. Hazemans having claimed 4 consecutive wins. The Elite 1 races here at Circuit Zolder this weekend will be held over 18 laps. Zolder, of course, Belgium's first purpose-built racing circuit. In qualifying, it was the number 27 Cal Racing Ford of Tomo Ferrando that popped it onto pole position. Alongside him will be Fred Gabillon for race number 1, and it's Mark Goossens, local hero, alongside Stinis Longines, another Belgian driver in the field, that lines up on row number 2. Buckle up, we're about to go green for the first time this weekend as the cars charge their way towards turn number 1. The number 88 of Romain Iniesta dives out from the pack of cars. We go on board as they head through turn number 1. There's contact, he spins Fred Gabillon around. Romain Iniesta turns around as well. He's stranded in the middle of the circuit. More cars involved. Van der Villarino up on 2 wheels and backwards into the barriers. That's Nicola Rocca, who's second in the championship. That will bring about the safety car. We get the race back underway, and it's Tomo Ferrando and Mark Goossens who are side by side on the restart up towards turn number 1. Stinis Longines in 3rd place as we go on board with British driver Alex Sedgwick returning to the championship. Feeding the throttle in as they head out of turn number 1 up towards turn number 2. Stinis Longines pushing hard. He sits there in 3rd. Fantastic noise from the 400 brake horsepower V8 engine as Stinis Longines looks to try and get himself into 2nd, leaves the door open, and that has allowed Romain Iniesta to go through. Iniesta running in 3rd position now following the reorder after the original safety car. In towards the braking area for the chicane, you can see the nose of the cars dip. Ford. The first of the Chevys is Stinis Longines as we ride on board with him. Over the start-finish line, another lap chalked into the book for Tomo Ferrando, who has as yet to claim a win in the Elite 1 division. He's a former Elite 2 champion, but he's coming under huge pressure from former race winner here at Zolder, Mark Goossens, who knows his way well around this circuit. Goossens looks for the inside line at turn number 2, goes through to grab the lead of the race as we go on board with Ferrando. Blending the throttle in, desperate Tomo Ferrando will be to try and get himself back into the lead of the race, but Mark Goossens, who hasn't been out in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series since Brands Hatch, has now taken up the lead of the race. The car sideways going in towards the chicane. Goossens has to shortcut across the curbs, and that allows Ferrando to carry more speed out of the corner as they go up Sacrament Selling. It looks as though the Frenchman is going to go back through into the lead of the race. Great stuff, pure racing there. We now go on board with Alan Day, back-to-back champion and outgoing Elite 1 champion, trying to hunt down the Deck Sweat DF1 Chevy of Guillaume de Flandre onto the brakes up towards turn number 1. Alan Day has the inside line. De Flandre trying to brave it out around the outside. De Flandre has claimed wins before here at Zolder in Elite 2. Alan Day in Elite 1 has been the man to beat over the course of the last few years. He's claimed 5 wins at this circuit. Side by side for 5th and 6th place, that's Alex Sedgwick going wheel to wheel with the championship leader, but the number 50 Hendricks Ford has the inside line for the chicane at turn 5 and turn 6. Sedgwick looking to attack. He's got to defend from De Flandre at the wheel of the 99, and right behind De Flandre is this car here, number 54, Alan Day. All of them busy squabbling over 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th place. Great battle going on for 2nd and 3rd as well as Stinis Longines looks at turn number 1 for the inside line. Mark Goossens closes the door. Stinis Longines has to adjust his line to avoid contact between the pair of them, and the battle still continues. But time is running out, and it looks as though Tomo Ferrando is on course for his first victory in the Elite 1 division and his first win in NASCAR since 2017. Tomo Ferrando claims the win, making it a Ford 1-2. As Mark Goossens comes through in 2nd place, and at his home NASCAR Grand Prix, Stinis Longines is in 3rd. Well, Tomo Ferrando will head towards victory lane for the first time in Elite 1. Let's hear from the winner.
Amazing. How can I describe the feeling? It's just amazing. We had some problem yesterday during the practice, and now we're winning the race and doing the pole. So I'm really, really happy with what the team does on the track, and I'm really happy of my team my sponsor and everyone around me, because without them I wouldn't be here. So thank you very much. It's just amazing.
Big cheer for Tomo Ferrando on the podium as he claims his first Elite 1 win, but his 13th NASCAR career win. He also claimed top honours in the Junior Trophy for drivers aged under 25, and in the Challenger Trophy, Henry Tuamala came out on top. There was some exciting news released at Zolder, which would mean the continuation of NASCAR branding in Europe until 2030. So let's hear from Jerome Galpin and from Jimmy Small.
I think this is a great news for the whole NASCAR family. You know, a 10-year extension is really a strong message about the involvement of NASCAR in Europe and what we try to accomplish and what we will accomplish with NASCAR. So basically, we have seen this past year that the series evolved in a tremendous way, and we want to continue that trend. And I think the growth potential we have in front of us, whether it's events, fans, partnership, teams, drivers, it's really something special. So we'll continue to, now we know that we have 10 years hard work in front of us, so it's pretty cool.
So with the 10-year extension, we've got a lot of big plans in place. It's something Jerome, Team FJ, and as well as NASCAR have been talking about for a couple of years now. But the 10-year extension really sets us up to make longer-term plans, go to more racetracks across Europe, and better build the brand of NASCAR here. We think we'll see an improved level of competition across the board with the NASCAR Wheel and Euro Series, and we'll also see. We think we'll see more races, we'll see more fans, and everything that comes with that. So we're very excited about this.
Coming into this weekend, Giorgio Maggi leads the championship by 11 points from the number 66 Chevy of Lasse Sorensen, both of them claiming a win last time out at Hockenheim in Germany. The Elite 2 division will have some 15 laps of racing around this 4-kilometre or 2.5-mile circuit Zolder in Belgium. In qualifying, Giorgio Maggi made it 4 pole positions out of the last 4 qualifying sessions. He lines up on pole position. Vittorio Garelli will be alongside. It's Hugo de Sadler and the Czech driver Martin Dubek on row number 2. And row 3 is Jesse Vartinen, and Lasse Sorensen has got work to do from 6th place. Buckle up, we go green for the first time this weekend in the Elite 2 division. Charging their way up towards turn number 1. It looks as though Vittorio Garelli has got a good run here on Giorgio Maggi. There's almost contact between them as they head round through turn number 1, but Garelli comes out in the lead, and PK Carsport have done a great job to even get that car onto the grid, because remember, it was backwards in the barriers at turn number 1 in the Elite 1 race when it was in the hands of Nicola Rocca. Garelli leads the race. Hugo de Sadler on the grass heading up towards turn number 4, loses the tail end of the number 88 Ford backwards into the gravel trap at the wheel of his Racing Engineering Ford. Garelli leads the race as they head in towards the braking area for the chicane up towards turn number 5, turn number 6. Big lock-up for Garelli. That has surely now flat-spotted the tyres as we go on board with Lasse Sorensen. Remember, the Dane lies second in the championship standings. Here's Vittorio Garelli, who's now lost the lead of the race as Giorgio Maggi, the championship leader, goes through to grab the lead. Garelli down to second. Martin Dubek looks as though he's there in third, but has got the 66 Deck Sweat DF1 car of Lasse Sorensen, second in the championship, right behind him. Sorensen looking for the inside line in towards the Gilles Villeneuve chicane. He's made it through, so Sorensen up to third. Martin Dubek down to fourth. But the car of Hugo de Sadler in the gravel brought out the safety car. We get the race back underway, and it is again the charge up towards turn number 1. It's being led by Giorgio Maggi from Vittorio Garelli in second place, Lasse Sorensen in third, side by side for fourth and fifth, Martin Dubek and Advite Dioda. And now, as we go on board with Vittorio Garelli, he has lost second place. Ahead has got the number 66 car in the hands of Lasse Sorensen. So first in the championship leads Giorgio Maggi, second in the championship. Lasse Sorensen is running in second place as we go on board with Jesse Vartinen. Michael Bleekie-Moglen and Paul van Pollard fighting away ahead of him. Contact between the pair of them. Paul van Pollard loses control of the car and comes straight across in front of Jesse Vartinen, who has to spin in avoidance and ends up in the gravel trap, unfortunately. There's also Nave Talor with problems as well. Damage front end of his Solaris car. That will bring out the safety car. We get the race back underway, and now the two main championship rivals are side by side heading up towards turn number 1. We get the best view from Vittorio Garelli. Lasse Sorensen braving it out around the outside. Giorgio Maggi's given him enough room as well, and now Sorensen is through and into the lead of the race. Maggi tries to fight back on the run up towards turn number 1. Now it looks though Advait Dioda is trying around the outside to take third place away from Martin Dubeck, and he's made it stick as well. Vittorio Garelli, our onboard camera car, down to 5th position. So Sorensen leads the race, Giorgio Maggi in 2nd position, and now that will mean if they stay where they are, there will be just 1 point separating them going into the final race of the season. Great fight going on further down through the order as we go on board with Freddie Hemberg at the wheel of the number 77 Chevy. Through the Jackie X chicane, Advait Dioda now looking to try and put Giorgio Maggi under pressure for 2nd place. All over the curbs was Freddie Hemberg there, but side by side up towards the final couple of corners, it is Lasse Sorensen still leading the race, but under huge pressure from Giorgio Maggi. The two of them side by side, almost coming in towards the chicane. It does look as though it is going to be a win for Lasse Sorensen, and that is going to mean the championship is separated by just 1 point heading into the final race of the season. Sorensen claims the win, his 6th of the 2019 season, for Giorgio Maggi in 2nd place, and Martin Dubeck did in the end hang on to 3rd position. So for the 6th time this year, Lasse Sorensen heads towards victory lane. Let's hear from our winner.
Yeah, it was a good race. I really had to fight my way up there. Some really good battles, some good overtakes, and the car was really good. So thanks to the team, NWES DF1 Racing. We got to improve a bit, small touches here and there on the setup, and we'll be ready for tomorrow to start from pole position.
So Lasse Sorensen already thinking about tomorrow in the final races of the year. He claims the win, but also gets the win in the Rookie Trophy for drivers in their 1st season of NASCAR racing. The Legend Trophy win went the way of Michael Bleekie-Molen, and Ariana Casserly came out on top in the Lady Trophy. Well, that's all for the moment from Circuit Zolder, here for the finals of the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. But don't go anywhere, we'll be back with the final race of the weekend in a few moments' time.